Good morning. We're here today to talk a little bit about the herbal detox. In our last video, we were talking a little bit about allergies, and I noticed that we've been getting a lot of people in with allergies, and one of the questions I often ask is, have you done a detox? And they're like, no, not really, and they're really struggling with some of the natural things. So anyway, I always really love this detox. So Sarah and I both started it
last week.
I'm in my second week. I'm doing it a little different, but we just wanted to share with you our experiences and just how important that is to actually detox. And it's not, absolutely necessary just because you have allergies. There's a lot of other reasons to do it as well.
Totally. And if I've been having, for some reason, a lot of conversations with people lately who are really frustrated because they're on like a weight loss program and they're not shifting weight. And that's another great reason to do a cleanse. If you're someone that's, you're making all the right healthy eating choices, you're getting lots of exercise, and just nothing seems to be changing, sometimes a cleanse can be really important and really helpful. On average, people lose 5 to 10 pounds when they do the Wild Rose Herbal Detox. The reason for that is because when you have a lot of toxins in your body will hold on to the fat to dilute the toxins. Because if you lose the fat but keep the toxins, then you've got very concentrated toxicity going on, which your body will never do. So it will hold on to the fat to dilute those toxins. So if you get rid of the toxins, then there's all this freedom for the fat then to leave the body as well. So really helpful if you're kind of in that position and you haven't cleansed for a long time.
Yeah, or you want to get in the bikini before summer.
Totally. And what I've noticed so far is just my energy's increased, and I'm doing a half a dose. I'm very sensitive. When I cleanse, I often don't feel good, and it's like more than a healing crisis, which we can talk about too. So I'm doing half a dose and doing it for almost a month. So I can just be really gentle with my body, and then I may shift and kind of increase the dose next week if I'm still feeling really good. But even at half the dose, I'm noticing that I'm sleeping better. Yeah. I have way better energy. I was really struggling with low energy there for the past couple of months, and really starting to notice a shift in my energy.
Yeah, and I also really noticed a shift in my digestive system, which was great. And like Sarah said, I feel like I've shedded 5 pounds. I started with the regular dose, which is there's 4 items in here. I'm just going to quickly show you here. And then there's the liquid, which I think I left at home. And I actually, the next day I came to Sarah, I'm like, oh my gosh, this laxative, like I am a plant-based eater. I eat so much fiber. And I could not believe that laxative made me go like all day long. She's like, oh no, you should back away from it. And thankfully, her advice, I did.
Well, a lot of people don't know that the laxative in here, you don't have to take it. It's not, they put it in there as based on the assumption that, they want to make sure that you are going to the bathroom, because if you're not, then you're cleansing and not actually eliminating. So if you're someone that has regular bowel movements and you're doing the cleanse and you're finding that you're still having regular bowel movements, you don't even need to touch it. The concern is just that sometimes when you're cleansing, it can cause a little bit of constipation. Those of you that might have that tendency to be more constipated, it's just to ensure that you're going, but you definitely don't want to force yourself to take it if you don't need to.
Yeah, so I did. I backed away and I just did one. And the nice thing about this cleanse is it is one that can be custom to you. So for me, I did 6 days of almost exactly not the laxative 2 a day, but almost exactly what they recommend. And then after that, I've gone on to just the morning. I just do it in the morning. I don't do it in the evening. One of the reasons I did that was because, Sarah bought a new house. We had to go have some champagne.
That's right.
And I was like, I don't know if I should detox and be drinking. And then we also had a wonderful training where we knew we were going to have a few, drinks as well. So, and I thought, well, if I just do it in the morning, I'll be fine. And I've actually extended this cleanse longer than the 12-day. But I just can't believe how good it's made me feel.
It is. That's why I'm really surprised at that. Even at half a dose, how much I'm noticing. And, you know, I think there's something to be said about that. You know, it's sometimes it's not all about like high doses of stuff and, you know, quickly trying to do anything. It's okay to do things at a slower pace, at a lower dose, if that's what your body's calling for. Wild Rose actually just came out with a gentle herbal detox, which we'll be carrying as well. In fact, I think it's here ready to go on the shelf.
Yeah.
And that's a great option for those of you that are sensitive or maybe haven't cleansed before, want to try the herbal detox but a little bit nervous. The gentle is a good option as well.
Yeah, and I know we sell a lot of this cleanse, and we hardly ever hear anything negative, but if there is any issue, generally it's just because it's so strong. And so if that's the case, try cutting the dose or trying the light, the detox, the new one coming out, the gentle, and then maybe moving on to the stronger one.
Right.
I'm so excited about this because after I'm completed this, I'm going to be actually doing colonics. So nice, I'm gonna clean all my elimination systems out, and then I'm just gonna see what's gonna happen with some really cool recipes I got for colonics, which I might or might not share with you.
That's awesome. And Wild Rose also makes a liver detox, which is my next kind of step after this. We'll see how that goes. We'll report back.
Yeah, because I have one too, and that's what I'm gonna do after I do the other thing.
Yeah, totally. And like you say, not a lot of negative feedback. You know, there is always a possibility of what we call a healing crisis when you do a detox, and that's just your body's weird and wonderful way of saying thank you for helping me get rid of these toxins, but sometimes it doesn't feel very good. I always say when I'm selling it, if a healing crisis should not stop you from doing the things you like or going to work, if it's making you that sick, then that's when you want to cut back, stop it, reduce the dose, do it every other day, make some changes, you know. But if you have a low-grade headache or feel a bit achy or like you might be getting sick or, you know, but you're still able to, you know, somewhat participate in your life, that's normal. But don't struggle your way through a cleanse. You know, if it's putting you out for 3 days, that's not normal.
No, and I think that he gives you a really good guideline of foods you should be eating.
Right.
And often the times that I have not felt good with this cleanse, it was because I wasn't really following the guidelines, or I just needed more fiber to help bind those toxins out. So I would increase a bit of ground flaxseed in a little bit of water and shoot it back, and all of a sudden that kind of feeling that I had in my stomach and whatnot settled. You
totally.
know, it really
and
calmed
water
it down.
as well. It's another. My tendency is I've had migraine history, which I've talked about with you guys before, and so when I do cleanses, often I'll get lots of really bad headaches and migraines, and then I'm having to take medication so it's just this rough cycle. So that's why I do a half dose, and I haven't dealt with any of that, which is great. And I make sure that I'm drinking enough water because that's often very helpful. Yeah. So that's our feedback on the Wild Rose Herbal Detox. We're doing it. We'll keep you posted. And check it out. It's a great one. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.